What's going on, Colts Nation? I appreciate you joining me for another video where in this one, we're going to talk a little bit about the quarterbacks as OTA ends, right? And we've had videos about Anthony Richardson. And, at the start of the offseason program, a lot of excitement. I wanted Anthony to win the quarterback competition. I just do. But I've also been hard stead on the fact that I believe and Daniel Jones. You can go back to my old channel, Horseman Sports. Look at videos of me talking about Daniel Jones in the past. Me talking about the good years, the bad years. There were a couple years I was on that channel making videos. And there are differing opinions of Daniel Jones, and of course, from game to game, right? Making mistakes or making plays, and whatever it might be. Vanilla Vic makes plays, man, and he's somebody that since he came out of college, like there is video proof of me. Since he came out of college, I've been somebody who thought he deserved to be picked high, should have been picked high. He just ended up in an organization that, even though they won a couple Super Bowls, like after that point, like all downhill, right? I mean, the Giants, and because Eli Manning, right? I'm kind of a Giants fan. I feel like a lot of Colts fans are kind of Giants fans in a way. So we kind of pay attention to the Giants, want them to be good, but they've been a joke. They just have. My best friend is a Giants fan. Like, we can't even talk Giants football anymore because it makes them miserable. I don't even bring it up because it's just such a joke. And everybody that leaves has success. Like, these are all points that I've made in the past. And all these points have been made while I still stay on the fact that I hope Anthony's able to figure it out. Bro's only 23 years old, just turned 23 years old. If he could figure it out, that'd be great. It just seems like from an injury standpoint, he might be cooked. And so, as a fan, from that aspect, a lot of people have already been on the train of, he's going to be injured all the time and he's cooked. But like I admittedly, it takes me a little longer to get there. I'm more hopeful and still hopeful that it can work out. But right now, it seems like Daniel Jones is going to continue to be quarterback one. Now, Anthony's supposed to be ready by the time training camp comes up. And it'll be interesting. Daniel Jones will probably lead the way as quarterback one going into training camp. Even if Anthony is like fully cleared, ready to go, and can participate at a full level, you have to think, especially against the Ravens, there's a chance that that's not going to happen. Certainly a chance. I could even see that he's only doing individual stuff throughout that first week, and then you have joint practice with the Packers that next week. Hopefully, I'll be in attendance, hopefully, and hopefully he will be able to be a full go during that second week. But whatever the case may be, Daniel Jones is really in the driver's seat now because of the shoulder aggravation, right? The AC joint aggravation, needing to rest is really going to hurt Anthony Richardson. You're right. These minicamp practices were going to be so important to get some momentum to go into training camp, and that's what Daniel Jones has been able to do. Now, Daniel Jones was with the Giants, who were, a joke of an organization, and things didn't go well. They never figured out the offensive line. Quarterback's life is so much harder without an offensive line. They still have not figured that out. They also, wide receivers, injured and inconsistent. Defense, injured and inconsistent. Like, the Giants organization as a whole, obviously has not been great for a while. And again, everybody that leaves has success. Of course, Saquon is the poster child for that. But you also look at Xavier McKinney, who had a career year the moment he steps out of the building, right? This is a thing that happens. So for Daniel Jones, right, coming into our building with the coaches that we have, right, the stability that we have everywhere on this team except for the quarterback position, right? Think about that. Front office, coaching, and then throughout the team. A lot of the same pieces, but a lot of stability, right? So you put like of all the teams you could ever say, this team is a quarterback away, this team is a quarterback away, this team is a quarterback away, the Colts, this current Colts, with what we've done in the offseason, getting the cornerback, getting the safety, going and getting Tyler Warren in the draft, getting the backup running backs. We've done everything we need to put talent on this team. Chris Ballard and his guys, got to give them credit. They've done a great job this offseason to fill the holes. Now we need a quarterback. Now we have to have a quarterback who can play, a quarterback who can help us win. And by all intents and purposes, it sounds like Daniel Jones has been making the right decisions. Right, throughout training camp, there was only, throughout mini camps, there was only 2 practices that the media was privy to, but everything else that has been said has been glowing reviews, and of course, the team is going to say that. But here, and again, shout out Kevin Bone, 1075thefan.com here. Says, to summarize the Daniel Jones spring from a handful of viewings, I would call it solid. Nothing too fishy, but a pretty consistent in rhythm, on target thrower, learning a new offense. That's really all you could hope for. And he's finding a rhythm with Alec Pierce down the field, with Tyler Warren in the middle of the field, with Michael Pittman Jr. all over the field, right? Finding a rhythm with these guys, and he expects to get with these guys over the summer to be able to throw while the team is away waiting for training camp to happen. They're going to get more work in together. So everything we're saying, right? We had the video, again, might even be the biggest video I have on the channel. Right, didn't really expect it to be that way, but it did. Right, talking about, hey, the competition's already over, and now looking back on that video, of course, people that see it from now on, every comment's going to be roasting me, and rightfully so. But again, I come from a hopeful place, and now we sit in a situation where the competition was going one. The fan base had seen Anthony Richardson early on. The videos coming out is like, oh yeah, from 50-50 to Anthony Richardson, and then like it's nothing. I mean, we're all the way on the other side where Daniel Jones is looking like quarterback 1. So the quarterback competition, hey, it's liable to heat up in the middle of the summer, July and August. When it's literally at its hottest, the quarterback competition is going to be brewing, and it's going to be steaming, and it's going to be interesting to see, how do these quarterbacks react? How does Anthony Richardson come back? And how is he able to establish himself enough to take back quarterback 1 role, because Daniel Jones has it right now. When you look at the situation, Daniel Jones is the current quarterback 1 of the Indianapolis Colts week 1 until Anthony Richardson can come in and try to do something about it. So that's going to be what we look for when training camp comes around. There's going to be, I'm sure, more conversation to be had about that topic as we go along. And of course, got to really start looking into this defense so we can start figuring out what to look forward to from position to position, from position group to position group, up, down, all around on this defense. Going to do as much homework as I possibly can and get you guys as much information as I possibly can. Going to try to pump out as much content as I possibly can to you guys. So make sure, if you're enjoying the content, hit the like button. Make sure you're subscribed with notifications on so you get notified anytime we drop any content on this channel. Of course, I appreciate you stopping by for another video. And as always, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and go Colts.